how's everything come along with your Meniere's disease?
I feel truly like a whole different person.
What brings you in today?
I have been diagnosed with Meniere's disease. I've been exhibiting symptoms for a little over 2 months. Fullness in the ear, ringing in the ear, 2 episodes of vertigo, pretty frequent dizziness as well.
Okay, all right. Anything else?
I feel like alignment-wise, I'm definitely a little out of whack. I've had 2 kids very close together, and I think that's contributing to my overall discomfort in the diagnosis.
Gotcha. Okay, all right, let's take a look, see what's going on, all right? So the first thing we're looking for is visualization. Now, suffice to say, when the head, okay, when it gets knocked out of alignment like this, okay, our body has 2 defense mechanisms, the major ones, okay? First thing is muscle spasm, okay? So since the head is tilted this direction, the muscle on the right side will like try to pull it and get into this, try to reel it as best as it can. So therefore, my expectation is if your head's misaligned this way, all the muscles on the right side should be tight. Muscles on the left side should be loosey-goosey, very, hyper, very relaxed over there.
Right.
Okay. The next defense mechanism is swelling.
Okay.
So when the structure gets damaged, okay, there's going to be more infiltration of edematous fluid and also blood supply and white blood cells to try to repair the damaged structures. However, because there's so much swelling in the area, trade-off is going to be irritating the nerve. At the same time, yes, it acts like an airbag, stabilize the joint even more. So we're going to try to locate and feel for those, okay? And it's going to feel like a big speed bump there. It might be uncomfortable when we challenge it as well.
Okay.
Now looking at the neck, you already see, your muscles are firing. Okay, this is tight. This is even tighter on the left side. A lot of swelling on the left-hand side. There's also swelling over here as well. It looks like at the cervical level. I'll take a look, see what else is going on over here. Okay, we trace these down. See, you got some impeding edema. And that's what we're looking for.
What is that?
Okay, that's what that swelling is.
That's swelling is.
Another trick we could also do is because you're skinny and petite. See, we can hear the difference. Okay?
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like, see, this has a different
Sound, yeah.
Right, these 2 sound the same, but the one right in the middle, it sounds different because the swelling, all that fluid in the area, it makes it a different resonating sound of it.
Okay.
Right? That's what we're marking on that one over there. Tracing down below. See? Now, my expectation is there should be a nice valley that continues straight down here, but it's not. Now I'm starting to see a speed bump way down here. So something's going on at this 4th lumbar level over there. Okay. And also same thing with your joint space and the sacroiliac joints. It's all a lot more puffy and more swollen. Tender right here?
Yep.
Okay. What about here? Not too bad,
No.
right? So this is another indication that there's a potential problematic sacroiliac joint is when it's tender and it's swollen over there. Okay. So next step we're going to do is we're going to scan your spine with this instrument over here. And it's looking for any potential heat abnormalities, which we already identified with that one. And it helps correlate the data, what we're accumulating right now. See, we got something at this 4th lumbar level that goes along with that swelling over there. See, you got another small one here with that right SI joint level. Now let's see what's going on with the neck. So you got one reading here. Looks at the 5th cervical level, and another one right at the 2nd cervical. Feel that difference right here? Your left hip, see that? That's moving. See the right hip? No, it's stuck right there. Is that right there?
Yeah.
Yeah. How's that? Tender?
Yeah.
That's that 4th lumbar, so that's in trouble. We'll mark that one. How's this one fella right there?
A little sore. Not as sore as the bottom, but sore.
Yeah, there's that 6th dorsal right there. The 2nd dorsal is not great either.
Yeah, it's sore on the left side.
And you got this huge knot right here at that 5th cervical level right there.
Yeah. Ow.
Yeah, see, that's not happy either. And the second cervical, even a bigger knot. Feel that big knot right there? Yeah, that's not fun either. Okay, so we already identified our fellows. When we start to gather all information, as we alluded to earlier, you want to take a look at your foundation. Here's your left side. And right now, your right side over here is sinking down a little bit this way. But more importantly, this line over here, it should be smack in the middle, but it's off to the right.
Oh, wow, okay.
And it's also taller here, shorter here. Translation, what your right hip did was sunk down this way, that way.
Okay.
So it's a little hard for you to walk this way.
Yeah.
The head has to be centered and level like this.
Yeah.
Okay. So what we start to see here is your body starting to try to recompensate, okay, from here, but this one tilted opposite direction, because when we start adjusting, it says go this way. That doesn't fix anything.
Right.
How do we get over here? So from here to this direction, that direction, this direction.
Yeah.
So that's where we see all this tilt.
Gotcha.
Right, left, right, left, right, left, right. So it all started from here.
Okay.
So that's where we need to address this one. Now that being said, I do see a swollen fourth lumbar disc over here. Is trying to recompensate for this.
Okay.
This I see is like 50-50. We may need to adjust that one. Okay. But I'll double check after we adjust this one over here.
Okay.
6 dorsal, we need to re-level that one. Okay. And you do have a little side slip going on over there, and that's what I see is open wedge right over here. Okay. So we'll double check that fellow over there. But clearly, this fifth cervical swollen over here and second cervical swollen over here.
Yeah.
In addition to number 2 is also tilted backwards more than like it to be. Simple translation is this. Okay, when something gets traumatized and gets injured, usually the bones go backwards like this.
Okay.
You see the tunnel collapse, nerve gets irritated, as so. And by the way, you don't need a microscope. The nerve's this big because you need to run all your organs and all your muscles. This fellow right over there has additional fun of being like that.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's sort of like your kids sitting in their chair, leaning backwards.
Yeah.
Not just on the final 2 legs, one leg of the chair.
Okay.
So that's what I'm seeing for this number 2 over here, okay, because you have all this misalignments, is also exponentially aggravating this even more.
Okay.
Because I don't want to see it going like, not only backwards over here, but it's also going backwards like this and tilting this way as well. So that's what I'm saying is sitting on that one, the rear right leg of the chair. That's what is incredibly unbalanced, and it doesn't take much for your head to go, oh, you feel a little bit dizzy. So that's why we're going to start rebalancing everything biomechanically from the ground upwards. Let's start from here.
Okay.
We'll double check what's going on over here, 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 and there.
Gotcha.
What's Meniere's disease? Well, Meniere's disease is like a perfect storm where everything has to go wrong at the same time to make things happen, okay? So there's multiple components, okay? First basic stuff is the inner ear, okay? So now there is a nerve here, what we call the Vestibulocochlear nerve, right? Now, if there's once we start to get fluid build up on here, the cilia inside the inner ear, it doesn't move as well as it should. Therefore, irritating the vestibulocochlear nerve, that's where now you start to have ringing the ears, okay? And also dizziness, okay? Sometimes so bad when it's really severe, sometimes you feel like you're like the worst seasickness you ever had in your life, that you feel like you're in a hurricane. And even though you're like laying flat on the floor, you know, nothing's working. It's still shaking and seasick like crazy. So what causes the fluid in the ear to fill up? Well, that's where we start to have a problem here with the trigeminal nerve, okay? Now, part of the innervation of the trigeminal nerve is the soft palate. That's the very roof of your mouth, okay? So why is that important? Because there is a drainage tube called the Eustachian tube that comes from the inner ear, and it goes all the straight down to the, and you can see it when you raise your lips. There's a small little hole here, and a small little hole over here. This is actually the exit point for your Eustachian tube. It drains right out there, okay? So now, if the soft palate collapses due to the trigeminal nerve being irritated, the soft palate collapses, it pinches onto the Eustachian tube. So therefore, the fluid, it cannot drain out of that left ear into the mouth. So therefore, now we're dealing with, okay, so this is just a symptom aspect of it, but we actually got to get this thing working, okay? So therefore, is usually this region in the area that deals with trigeminal nerve, and this upper part that deals with also the inner ear, okay, and also the vestibulocochlear nerve, okay, and also the vestibulocochlear nerve also involves here as well. So this is all interconnected from there. Now we're going to do, based on what I see in the X-ray and on examinations, okay. This is where we also need to address as well, okay. We've got this issue here, this here, and this here, and this here. So therefore, all the foundational structures we need to level and stabilize. Otherwise, these two will never stay put, and your Meniere's disease is going to relapse from time to time.
Okay.
All right. Let's get this right here. There it is. Lock it over. Right here. And oh. Okay. Come on up. Walk around, please.
Okay.
Walk around.
Walk around?
Yeah. Do you notice anything different?
I feel kind of more even. Like when I walk, I feel.
Okay.
I don't know if my ear, the ringing's not as loud, I don't think.
The ringing is not as loud.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good progress.
Yeah.
What about the fluid in the ear, the left one?
Well, it's still a little there, but not a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's good progress.
Yeah.
Let's get everything else. Right there. Right there. Excellent. Come on, please.
Okay. Still a little bit of fluid, but my ear feels open. Not as full. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, as we said, we're starting to rebalance
Yeah.
that second cervical there. Okay, let's get the rest.
Okay.
Drop the belly. Let it go. Right there. Let it go. Let it go. Ooh. You also got a side slip in there too. So we're going to reposition the side slip. Right there. And you're super flexible too, so awesome. Right there. Okay. Now check that fits cervical. How's this? How's that tenderness right now?
It's tender.
Still
That
tender,
one.
right?
Too. Yeah.
Got it. So the fit cervical has to be going that direction. Okay, on please. Now we're checking where that liquid ball bearing right there. No? Right there, this angle. That was a nice clunker.
It was.
And a nice final one. Now we're going to address the second cervical. And right now, I'm assessing where this liquid ball bearing has shifted off to.
Okay.
I'm feeling it. It's right there. Now you're super flexible, so it's going to make this a little more challenging, and we're going to really lift it above it. Set it right on top of the liquid ball bearing, like, oh, that part. I'm not sure. There's it. Okay, walk around.
Okay. Okay. I don't know if the sirens stop because I can't tell. I don't think my ear's ringing, but it's it's hard to tell. It feels good. Yeah.
What feels good?
My ear, like the ringing's not. The ringing is so faint. Before it was much louder.
Okay.
It feels open.
Great.
I feel good.
How's the fluid in the ear?
I can always tell when I swallow. There's just like there's a little bit there, but it's not bothersome like it was before I walked in.
How much was it before to now? How
I would
much
say
was
it's improved like 80%.
80%.
Yeah.
Hey, that's great
Yeah.
drainage. Okay, so now another thing I forgot to mention as well, okay? For those with Menieres, okay, they experience like 3 types of nerves. Either it feels like the fluid is like draining down like a waterfall back in the
Yeah.
throat. Some feels like a trickle. Okay. Some feel like, that's weird. It feels like I need to cough something, but it's not coming out. Okay. So you may feel one of those three in the next 48 hours.
Okay, I was just going to ask you because I felt like I was swallowing mucus.
Bingo.
As you were doing that.
That's exactly what that's going on. Okay. So yeah, your ear is fine. We just cleared that Eustachian tube. Everything's just coming.
Okay. Okay. What's happening?
I know, it just doesn't feel fun. I do recommend drink some water so to dilute all that old junk in there. Okay. Next component is this. I need you to do our cold pack protocol over there.
Okay.
Calm all the swelling down, not heat. Okay. I know you did heat before.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, that's going to make things worse.
Okay.
You don't want to throw gasoline on that fire. Put cold on it. Okay. And then we'll see you next visit.
Okay.
All right. You all set?
Sounds good. Yay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, let's fire away. So, give us the latest updates. How's everything coming along with your Meniere's disease?
I feel truly like a whole different person. I have had no dizziness, no fullness in my ear, no roaring sounds, nothing of that nature. Every once in a while, there'll be like a soft ringing I notice when my neck is really tight. So maybe it's something to do with that. But other than that, I feel like an entirely different person. I've had no symptoms whatsoever.
All right, that's great. Well, that's exactly what you're alluding to before, okay? The spine, the structure itself is still not stabilized yet. So whenever it starts to become a little unstable, the symptoms is going to start manifesting and relapsing again. So that's why it's very important. We'll keep at it, stabilize your entire spine, okay? All right, thank you for the updates.